Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a sweet dough. So these are all the ingredients that we're going to use in order to make our sweet dough. This sweet dough is the basis of many other recipes, so that, for example, you can make it to do cinnamon buns, you can make it to do coconut rolls. So this is just your basic sweet dough. Okay, so let's go over the ingredients. Here we have 4.5 cups of flour. This is all-purpose flour. We have 1 cup of milk. We have a half cup of granulated sugar. We have 3 ounces of butter here. 2 eggs. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of instant yeast. So let's get started in putting everything together. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to heat up my milk just a bit, so that when I add it to a bowl and I add the butter and the sugar to it, the heat of the milk will help melt the sugar and the butter.
Okay, so here I am adding the warm milk into my bowl, and then I'm adding now the butter. And so because the milk is slightly warm, the butter is going to melt really nicely in our milk there. And as you can see, it's already starting to melt. Of course, now I'm adding our sugar in. Then I added the salt. And I'm just going to stir everything together to help the sugar to dissolve in our mixture there. Okay, so after we have stirred it and it has dissolved nicely, we're now going to mix our yeast in our flour. So I just have the bowl of flour there, and I just incorporated the yeast nicely into it, stirring everything together. Okay, so once that's done, we now head over to our stand mixer, and we are going to slowly add our flour into the liquid mixture there of the milk and the butter. And of course, we know we had added the sugar already and the salt. So I'm just adding the flour in. I'm also going to add in the eggs at this point in time. So I just added the eggs there. I increased the speed just by 1 notch, and now I'm continuing to add the flour. Alright, so now that I added all the flour, what I am doing now is that I'm switching my paddles. So now I'm adding the dough hook onto my stand mixer, and that is what we're going to use to knead this dough now. You want to knead it for about 8 minutes. So just put on your timer and leave it to do what it has to do. It does look a bit soft there. You might be tempted to add more flour, but don't. You don't need to. Because at this point, after we have kneaded the dough for about 8 minutes, we're just going to put it out onto our lightly floured work surface, and I'm just going to form it into a rounded ball, and then we're going to leave the dough to rest. As I've said before, it's best that you leave it to rest as long as possible. The longer you leave it to rest is the better it is. So I'm just forming it into the ball, as you can see there. Nice rounded ball. And then we're going to put it back into our bowl. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a little coconut oil at the bottom of the bowl there. Just going to add a little coconut oil. I'm just rubbing the oil around the bowl. And then I'm going to put the dough back in, and then I'm going to add a little coconut oil on the top of the dough. And just rub it in there. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to cover it with a plastic wrap and leave it to rest. I left mine to rest for about 2.5 hours. So now our sweet dough is ready. And like I said, it's the basis for many different recipes. For example, you can make cinnamon buns with this. You can make coconut rolls with this. So stay tuned for my next video where I will show you how I made cinnamon buns out of this sweet dough recipe. So once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you will know when new videos are published. See you in my next video. Bye for now.